Welcome back. I don't know the episode, dude. So I went to sleep at 4 a.m. And I'm like, all right, I'll be up. No problem. Even if I'm up at 1, no problem. I woke up at 10 and I went, that's a little too early.
Yeah, them days.
So I was like, let's knock another couple hours out. Just woke up 1:57. Like, what's up?
Yeah, them days are horrible. Where you're just like, oh no. I could. What? 3 o'clock? No. Let me go back to sleep.
And
it's Tuesday.
So I'll look up the episode number right now.
While you're doing that, I will look up this channel for the description.
We are on episode, and I know people, you don't look. There was an excuse this time. I was a sleepy boy. We are on episode 77.
Okay.
This is by So Good. And the title is, What Makes Demon Slayer So Good?
It's not, though. It's really, really not.
Or we're going to find out what makes it.
This was put out a month ago.
Yep, I saw that.
Description. Slaying demons, and saving the innocent, and looking stylish as possible. Okay, great. Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba, for all you fellow weebs out there, is...
many an innocent died.
Is one of my favorite things right now. It's a really good anime, and that's coming from someone who disbelieved the hype when the show first came out, but what exactly makes it so good?
Can we stop doing Demon Slayer / Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Can we stop? We're done. We're done with that.
So y'all can get both groups, the mega weebs and the casuals.
Yeah, we need to. We're done with that.
It's Demon Slayer. Just stop the bush.
I'm gonna take a quick look at his channel to see what else he finds particularly good.
Cyberpunk, what makes it so good and bad. I saw that one, and then I stopped then I saw top 4 DLC theories for Hades, and that's when I was like, I'm good.
Kirby, SpongeBob. DBZ, what makes it so good?
I saw Dragon Ball.
Yeah, boy.
No, boy.
The MCU Spider-Man problem. Okay, sure.
He's not my Peter. I swear, so many of the criticisms levied against the MCU Spider-Man could just be hashtag he's not my Peter.
Yeah, that is quite a lot. No, nothing else here. I don't see any My Anime list or anything, so we just gotta assume that this is just... Hopefully, they talk about other stuff that they like.
Well, we'll see.
This is the first of Demon Slayer month, technically, if you don't want to count the live stream, so hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, okay.
What makes Demon Slayer so good, you ask? The style and artwork, you fool!
That's a joke.
Okay, yes, I know. This is the generic answer to that question. And I won't even front with you, man. It's true, at least in part. Demon Slayer is just that anime right now.
You can't just come out the gate with just the style and the animation.
Yes, you can.
I would never recommend something and the first
But
thing out
you're
my
not-
mouth is pretty.
But you're not a pretty man. No offense.
I may have been hit by that ugly stick once or twice. I made myself sad.
But you aren't the audience for those types of things. Because even when we go to the movies, we're like, yeah, okay. But it means nothing to us.
I don't see how people would. Hey, the conversation would have to go, yo, did you see Demon Slayer? Demon Slayer, is that good? Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, dude, you need to see it. It's so hype. It's so good looking. It's like movie stuff with a weekly shonen. And you know there's so many people out there
angry. Just listen to that.
But again,
that's not. No.
But again, that's not you. So you don't know the mindset of a person that fluid animation
No, I
class.
absolutely don't. I don't understand what it does to people. because it's just looking at stuff.
Think of it like a when you were into wrestling, a very good wrestling match to a person that has no idea why people like wrestling. It's like that. It's just like, just watch it and you'll understand.
No, but I could explain a whole.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's my problem.
That's your problem.
Once I start going deeper than, well, just look at it. Then I have to be like, okay, I've already failed. Cause like, I would say Spider-Verse. I'd be like, yo, look at that.
Mm-hmm. But that's so different from what's out there. And they even like sped up the frames and then slowed them down and did all this interloping bush.
But this, but even still, that'd be like...
Yeah. I like art direction more than art style. And because Coco doesn't look much better than most of the Pixar Disney things, but it looks better because of all the colors and that type of thing. And the art direction, that's what I enjoy more than just super pretty.
I've started to really like camera work because it was in Yakuza 2, where it's just a conversation between two people, and it's just a whole lot of like different cuts and perspectives and stuff like that. I'm like, this is really good, but this is just dumb conversation. So I started really looking into that more. But that wouldn't even like color my criticism or praise.
I think it would help enhance the praise a little bit. Like you would bring it up, but it wouldn't be the crux of what it is. Yeah. But for Demon Slayer, the crux of what it is pretty. Now, how many people are like, yo, Demon Slayer is so good, read the manga?
Who indeed? Because it ain't about that.
It's not about that.
And I know, because I know it's Demon Slayer. I know, I've seen it. It is pretty. But that surely should only get you so far. I know. I felt the eyes on me. I understand. I'm living in this timeline right now. I know it didn't get it only so far when it absolutely should have. It should have been in the tier of the other things that UFO Table worked on, the Fate series, of people just going, "Yep, it's there, it's pretty, moving on." But for some reason, this blew up.
In part, Demon Slayer is just that anime right now. And by that anime, I mean it's probably the most visually impressive and stylistically inspired product on the market. Like, dude,
But what does that mean? You can look at it, you can go, yes, this is very pretty, but that has nothing to do with what's coming out of the artist and then mangaka's mind. It is just people working and making it pretty.
Getting paid and working hard for it, and probably underpaid and overworked for it.
But that's all it is. There's no creativity here. There's nothing to criticize.
It's a lot of frames.
It's just, hey, look at this. There's nothing to talk about, but hey, look at this. Well, I guess you can talk about, hey, the backgrounds, the colors, and all that stuff. But there's nothing to like really delve into. What is this character's motivation? What did they mean by this? What did this glance mean? All this stuff. It doesn't matter. We can't really say anything because it's just pretty.
I hate 3D. I think it almost never works in anime, and it has ruined far more than it has ever had any right to. I'm looking at you, Berserk 2017. Get out of here. Just leave.
Why is everything the lowest of low-hanging fruits?
It could be trying to speak to as many people as possible. So if you say something like, hey, Dead Leaves had some, I think it had some CGI, I don't remember exactly, but you got Dead Leaves, they're like, what exactly is Dead Leaves? But everybody knows not only Berserk, but this exact moment.
But how many people know this exact moment that actually watch the thing?
Oh, so low. But they just know not to watch it because of this thing.
Okay, but how about, you bring, like that first thing he showed. I have no clue what that is. I want more stuff like that where it's personal to you as opposed to look at Berserk.
But it's a shorthand. He doesn't have to spend any more time at this. He doesn't have to explain why CGI looks bad. He can just go, look at it.
But that's his whole crux in Demon Slayer.
Indeed. That's his points and his criticisms. Hey, we all good.
Demon Slayer even does their 3D well. If you don't believe me, I'd urge you to just take a look at it with your own two eyeballs.
Just look at it.
I sincerely hope that it's not going to be just look at it for 1919.
Oh, dude. We should have, and that should have been a bingo card right there. Just look at it. Yeah. No. He said, he expanded. He said that, so I think he's just gonna get it out the way so he can talk about other things. Tanjiro sadness and stuff. Dude, Demon Slayer. I'm rereading it. It makes me hate it more because there are things in there that I am finding I really like, and then I'm like, it will be 2 panels later, and I'm like, I don't want any of this, and that lasts for 14 times the amount of stuff. There's a moment in one of the volumes, after the volumes, where Tanjiro is talking to his siblings, and they're like, what type of woman do you want to marry? And he's like, I want to break it down so it's real simple for them so they're young. I want someone young, like I want somebody loyal, like a Yaba or a dog, whatever it was, whatever type of dog he said. And then they ran to the mom and went, he wants to marry a dog. And I'm like, that's funny.
Hey,
that's
more
funny.
Of that.
Give me that. Why wasn't those types of things in episode 1 so I can like the characters
feel
and then they
die? No time. Catalyst time. It's
Give me
catalyst time, homie.
Dude, I want more of that.
No. It's not pretty enough.
I want
characters
more.
sitting down and just being silly and wacky and fun. No.
I want more of oblivious Tanjiro that does not understand what's going on. He's just like, oh, you're too hurt to do this. I understand. I'll help. I want more of that.
No.
Not just funny face Tanjiro. That means
Zilcho. Funny faces are aplenty.
This aspect of animation in general, because since it's a visual art form, it's frankly impossible to ignore something when it's this visually striking.
I completely ignore it because it means nothing to me.
It absolutely. That's at a certain time it just sort of washes over you until it spikes back up again. I feel that way with a whole lot of games where I'm just like, wow, this is very pretty. It goes to the back of my mind until something happens again where I go, yep, there it is again. But as a whole, frame by frame, every single moment, pretty, none of that.
When you see this show's art, you should just be impressed. It's that damn good and everybody knows it. However, the truth is, if Demon Slayer was just eye candy and all of its critical acclaim was based on this alone, then I'd agree that the show was, well, overhyped or even bad and a disappointment. But to argue that the grand majority of Demon Slayer's, let's say, goodness stems from its artistic style would be a crying shame in my opinion.
Ooh,
just because art can be...
I want to hear it.
I think that it is because, again,
absolutely.
It's just when you see it on Twitter, it's just the gifs.
You hear so little about...
Oh man, Inosuke is so funny. I can't wait for Zenitsu to learn a second form if he even does, or just masters this one. It's just the frames.
Can you imagine what he's going to be like when he realizes and he's awake during these times?
Find me the most liked stuff about Demon Slayer.
The 10 most liked tweets.
For the animation, and then find me the most liked one for something other than the animation, and I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be like a 10 times difference. Nobody's bumping, yo, Tanjiro, super nice tweet.
Nezuko cute.
That's probably the one. Or something. Oh, Nezuko, auga. Why do we need that? What was the purpose of the...
Skin deep and can look immediately impressive at a glance doesn't mean there isn't depth worth exploring there. Juicy depths of narrative richness, painstakingly effective world building, and compelling potential rich characters.
Potential rich characters? Yes. My dude, every character is rich with potential.
Rich with potential. Oh, just dripping. The potential was there. And that's a point of praise, I guess.
It's truly
the
series
is over.
Not the anime.
Is he just anime only?
Let's see some manga panels out of this man.
Oh no. No.
Because if he's only anime, that means you are truly the person you believe that isn't into
because
that. Just
otherwise, if you're so into it, why not go to the manga?
Too many times have I seen people lean on Demon Slayer's artistic excellence when trying to determine what makes the series so stellar. But if you ask me, and I know this is a hot take, Demon Slayer's phenomenal art isn't even the most impressive or compelling aspect of the show. I know.
Compelling? It's not the most compelling.
He's already said compelling.
Yeah, no.
It washes over you. Like I said. Like you said. At some point, it's just... If someone says iconic in the middle of a sentence, and it's just like, ugh, at this point. And then if they say it 2 or 3 more times, it's like, what are you doing?
You're just not even trying right now.
And compelling is getting there, where it's so over the hill that it's just like, whatever.
Are we losing hating compelling? Just getting back on the board of words we can use?
It's losing steam of hatred, like...
This might seem like a pretty controversial take on the...
Oh no! Demon Slayer is good for other things than art. How controversial, how hot take. Read the manga then!
Read the manga. Unless he did.
Unless you did, sir.
We might not know, but the potential rich stuff.
I am potentially mad at you for not reading the manga.
There we go.
Matter, but at least give me a second to try and validate it as we discuss what makes Demon Slayer so good. So let's get one thing straight. I am a plot guy. To me, the most important aspect of absolutely any story...
Pause. So you can't... Demon Slayer's plot is not super... It's not super good, it's not super bad, it's pretty basic. It's not really doing anything. Guy wants to go over there and save his sister, and here's the steps that he needs to do so. But then you need to look at all the stuff around it, all the stuff that informs the plot, and that's where it starts to break down. The crows things, the Demon Slayer court itself, the money. Well, that was answered in the manga.
So, are we taking... We can't take the post-volume things as canon, correct? Because there's an instance where Tanjiro's crow is just yelling at him. And Tanjiro's like, stop repeating things other people have told you. And that would mean the crows are told things. And that's why they can speak those things to the person. Which would mean that when there's rumors of a demon, someone in the town has to be saying, hey, there's possibly a demon here in our location. And then the crow has to go to Tanjiro. So the crow has to be in a specific location. Unless later on, and I just forgot it, there's a way to connect all the crows. Like, oh wait, no. I think they were speaking directly to the Demon Slayers.
I think so.
Yeah, I'll have to reread, later on. Because maybe there's a plot point I forgot where they can inform the crows of what's happening and they can relay that information. But, again, we just got to take the post-volume things as just not canon.
They're canon enough until stated otherwise.
They're canon adjacent.
Primarily for communication, each is assigned to a Demon Slayer. Speak in full sentences, so their speech is very loud and limited. Most look general and blah blah blah. Other than here's crow, can't talk. Oh no, that is exactly 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs, and then it mentions all the crows that are shown in the series, and then it goes down to trivia. After the battle against Muzan, nope, that doesn't matter. After the battle against Muzan, nope, that doesn't matter. This is 2 paragraphs.
Cool.
Very cool.
Is the, the story. Shocking and controversial, yes, I know, but I promise I'm sharing this with you for a reason. See, since...
He desperately wants this to be a hot take.
He needs to get to the point. He just keeps faffing about.
Since I am a plot guy first and foremost, Visual style and crisp, clean animation don't really immediately matter to me. Usually. I'm always more focused on the...
Why did he show Dragon Ball Super there?
Because it's crisp and clean animation.
I mean, it was fine.
No, crisp,
I mean,
clean. Yeah, shut up.
The words characters speak, the actions they take, and especially how the world around them reacts to their general presence, i.e. how the characters' actions affect the narrative and dictate the flow of the plot. This is essentially a fancy way of saying, I'm a harsh critic, and shiny things don't usually distract me from how bad something is. Usually. On top of this, as many of you may know...
That was so stupid, but it was cool, so if that's allowed...
Yeah.
That's okay? Mm-hmm. We cool with that?
Yeah, no questions.
So now we just have to go.
No questions.
So now we just have to go.
No.
Once something is so stupid, it's just like, is he recognizing that it's so stupid, but is excusing it, or does he just not even recognize it?
I think he recognizes it's so stupid, but he enjoys it.
No, I'm saying, once we get to a certain point where we're like, this is so inexcusably stupid.
But
will we have to figure out if he thinks that it's stupid?
Oh, like a threshold of...
Yes.
Kind of just maybe a wee bit of a contrarian. When I see people hyping something up to the moon and back, it makes me just a little tiny bit skeptical of its actual quality.
No, you should be skeptical because the masses are stupid.
Yes, very.
They consume things at an alarming rate that are of varying quality, but most of the time the quality is middling, maybe a little above middling. Sometimes it's just complete trash.
Yeah, I don't take the general public as a cue of quality, because Avatar
is terrible.
But people went in droves to see that. You know why? Pretty.
Oh, so pretty. 3D.
Hell, it wasn't even... who cares?
Yeah, you didn't see it in 3D.
I can't see it in 3D.
Well, that's your problem. You lost out on a medium that is visually striking and compelling. Roll your eyes. It was so hard to roll, too.
If you can see where I'm heading with this, then good for you. You get a pat on the back and a stack of cookies. What I'm trying to say is, the stage was set for me to dislike Demon Slayer, and to point out each and every single one of its flaws. I was ready to show the world just how much shiny visuals and a ball gag waifu had blinded them to the truth. So, I watched.
I don't know who it was that said Nezuko is more like a dog. I think it was somebody in our stream chat. Reading Demon Slayer, dude, she is a f***ing dog.
It's ridiculous. She is just there to look cute and ooh-woo. Because...
And they're not treating her like when bad things, like a dog.
Look at the doctor's part where they're just petting her, and I'm like, treat her like a person. Ask her questions. Figure out why she's not talking. You guys are here. These are demons that y'all are around, and Tanjiro. She's not gonna attack Tanjiro. Take the gag out of her mouth, and now we talking. But we're not doing that.
Who had blinded them to the truth. So, I watched the show, and, to my surprise, well, gods be damned. The story actually made sense, which I know is a low bar, but this is Studio UFO we're talking about here. Don't even fucking ask.
Making sense? No, that's the very bare minimum of anything.
He's saying that UFO usually does
okay,
it.
But that has nothing to do with UFO.
That has nothing to do with
studio that they're licensed out to make an anime. They're not making this thing. They're not going, hey, we're only making stuff of lower quality. We're only making stuff without stories.
Propping it up with animation.
They rock up there and go, hey, animate this, and they do. What are you talking about?
Here's the contract. Sign it. Yes, sir.
And then they make the anime.
Ask me what the hell's been going on in the Fate series, because I haven't played the 5 mobile gacha games and watched the 50 different and not chronologically organized anime series required to understand just what the hell is going on. However...
Okay. That has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
They do what they're told. They don't make the decision of...
Hey, we want to animate this right now. Hey, Let's just skip on over to episode 21, this manga volume 5, and just animate that.
Not only does Demon Slayer make sense, its plot, narrative structure,
That's a point of praise.
Yeah. Yeah. Not only is it in a chronological order that follows the logical through line.
Dude, do we have such low standards?
We have such low standards for the popular. Because usually it's a lot of pretty. But this is not just pretty. It makes sense. It make a
But
sense.
there's plenty of different things that look pretty and make
We're
sense.
not talking about those right now. We're talking about Demon Slayer.
I suppose we're not.
And we've got another 15 minutes.
I don't see. Talk about something, dude.
Demon Slayer makes sense. Its plot, narrative structure, and flow are all inherently tied to the characters it's put a spotlight on.
That's like everything in history ever.
Is so special because
Dude, can we stop ascribing special things to things that do things that everything else thinks? It's not hard. How many shonen, how many series have you consumed? How many TV shows, how many movies have you consumed with this entire thing?
Thank goodness that the characters influence the plot. What bullshit are you watching where they're just T-posing up the street and this
The plot happening around them.
What?
It's just some dude in the middle of the street in the T while the world explodes around him. It's just like the meteor's coming. And he's just T-posing. It's just some narrator. And it's a slow pan on him. It's like, the meteor was coming. This is just a guy named Bob. He has no influence on saving nor stopping it. Please, evacuate. Everyone get to the ships. Not Bob.
There are ships, by the way.
They were built by other people, not Bob.
But my goodness, you're using this one thing from this other studio to inform everything that might happen and praising Demon Slayer for not doing this thing poorly that they did over here. But it's just such a basic thing that stories just do.
Again, I ask, if Demon Slayer was giving the typical early to mid 20s thing, early to mid aughts, shonen treatment of weekly animation, how popular would it be, y'all?
I can't imagine it'd be super popular.
How much would y'all be praising it?
Even if it got like the Black Clover treatment of, every now and again the money gets turned up, but for the most part it looks pretty good. If it got that treatment, what is it? But no, it's this, and we're praising it for having basic storytelling structure that has been around since darn near the dawn of time. My caveman just like, all right, caveman Willie over there made the fire. And now we have the fire. We have the fire because of Caveman Willie. He influenced us, and now the story...
The cave drawings do not depict this in chronological order.
The fire, and then us, and then Willie. It's like, wait a second.
Willie go first.
No, Willie gotta go first, and then the...
Willie, great strike from sky. Cave.
Man.
The characters in this story all exist for narratively validated reasons.
Narratively validated reasons? What is the purpose of Inosuke? What did he have in the plot that he needed to do?
Narratively valid reasons. It's not like they were affected by Muzan at all. Like, hey, we also need to take revenge for him, so we're always going to be around you when you go on a mission, Tanjiro. They're just always just on a mission, and it's just like, hey, I guess we just got to go to this entertainment district.
At least Zenitsu got a last minute, you were his disciple too, and you killed him, and you are like a moon or something. Yeah, at least he got a last minute some bullshit.
Inosuke did as well. Hey, you killed my mama when you were, and also you killed her friend and her sister as well. That was all you. And so we got to team up and fight you. Okay, this is good storytelling. What told us before this moment that Inosuke gave a single about his mom? Basically nothing.
What would have changed if Zenitsu was someone else and Inosuke was someone else? Would the plot have been invalidated by it?
Yeah, story really just goes on. It's not like they have any overarching goals or anything. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Like if they were switched out for like Aoi.
They're just hanging around. No. So Good is gonna explain this to us.
Not only are they consistently...
Has he ever used the Spider-Man meme with the pie?
With the pie?
New Goblin, Harry. How's the pie?
Oh, so good. He has to have.
Please don't.
He has to have.
Please.
I would.
Please.
tied to the progression and completion.
Why?
I just gotta hear that full sentence.
Validated reasons. Not only are they consistently tied to the progression and completion of several key events, but
anybody would have been. Slot anybody in there and they would have.
Those key events are, more often than not, completely hingent on character-defining traits that wouldn't be possible if certain characters were replaced. This is just another...
Like what?
I was waiting for the example!
Like Zenitsu Slashy the spiders? Is that what you're talking about? Because they put him to sleep?
What about that time where that one Moon thought that he stabbed Inosuke, but he was like, "Nah, I can move my organs though." That's only something he could do.
For what?
For shock.
Another way of saying the characters in this story exist for more than just an aesthetic or stylistic design.
Oh, pause. Sweet Jesus, if you don't explain yourself, you can't just drop, hey, they got narrative purpose and there's stuff only they could do and that's why they there, and then just move along. No!
Move along, sir.
Give examples. Always.
Nah, sometimes.
I don't know what he means.
Because they fundamentally need to in order for the plot to progress and for there to be an actual story. Take a look at Tanjiro for a crystal clear example.
Okay. I understand that when we were growing up, we watched Naruto, and so it is embedded in us to say Gaara, even though it's Gaara. Y'all are grown people for the most part. It's Tanjiro.
It's fine.
I understand you want to put respect on the dialect of saying people's names, but unless you're up there with them Dragon Ball people going Kuririn, shut the up.
It's fine.
Of what I mean when I say this. Tanjiro is without a doubt the most important character in the series, and in my...
The main character is the most important character in the series? When has this ever happened in the history of literature?
Oh my goodness, the last living sun breather. Surely he could be the most... What do you... Of course!
What are you, of course?
Yeah, Nezuko, fine, whatever, shut up. But
no, she's basically nothing.
She has the sun. She was also...
That's like saying Robin's the most important character in the story.
No, but I'm saying she was also there with the guy dancing, so she's
not a demon slayer, so it doesn't mean anything.
At any
but
time,
then again,
she could just go flowing dance
I guess
and just
so.
do it.
Yeah,
pick
up a sword and do it.
Oh my goodness. But yes, that's why we're following him.
In my opinion, the most well-written one at that. Of what I mean when I say this. Tanjiro is without a doubt the most important character in the series, and in my opinion, the most well-written one at that. He is exactly the kind of character who needs to exist in order for this series to progress.
What? The series would progress absent of Tanjiro. It's not like demons were like, yo, that's that kid that looks at us with the sad eyes.
Maybe we should change. Maybe we should stop eating people.
No.
what does Tanjiro, where, why, who?
No.
For what purpose does the story need for Tanjiro outside of his, I'm a sun breather, I can teach everybody to do the red blade and then boom, boom, slicey head. But, I mean, anybody can take out trained demon. It's not a Tanjiro specific thing.
Tanjiro is kind-hearted, fair, and self-sacrificing. He's the kind of...
You just described like 80% shonen. Base level.
I need to know why Tanjiro. What does he mean?
What do you mean? Justin Bieber.
person who won't judge someone with glaring flaws, nor shame them, abandon them, or terrify them.
Pause.
And he looked down at Zenitsu.
I was about to say that's where the meme image is there.
Rather, he's supportive and reliable, urging others to be the best versions of themselves they can be.
Pause.
This is Superman!
This is Superman. This is Luffy. This is so many characters. This is not special. This is not unique. This is arguably not even good.
This is Kobakawa Senna. This is Ippo.
Oh, Ippo ruins the nice guy shonen dude because he is the tippity top of the mountain. All you ever need is I slap somebody. I need to be punished. There's no evidence here, sir. There's no body. There's nobody reporting this. This is just you saying that you did something. He's just going, and punish me.
I'm a boxer. My hands are so deadly. I did it. Punish,
That's
please.
all you need of him just going, I have done wrong and I need to be punished.
Have you read the recent chapters?
I stopped when he was when he was just like, he's going to Mexico, and his students were just like, yo, he's the biggest monster of them all because he beat them.
You should have kept reading.
Oh, no. That was like 2 weeks ago.
And it's been two chapters that you would immensely enjoy.
Oh, my goodness. Alrighty, then.
This past chapter was one of the hardest I've ever laughed in Ippo.
Overtly excusing the bullshit thoughts or beliefs that hold them down. He's the kind of person who doesn't take personal offense, even when it's been fully intended.
Because he's oblivious.
Yes.
He's, dare I say, naive.
Yes.
Like, dare I say, most shonen protags that follow the Goku formula.
Judge was just like, Sanji, you piece of you suck. You too kind. You helping people. And Luffy was just like, thanks for complimenting him.
He was like, okay, thanks. Why would he list out all his good traits? I thought he hated them.
And again, he's not going, like in this scene, like this moment. He's not doing that.
Whenever people do these types of videos, you always have to ask, who is it for? Is it for a person that's already seen Demon Slayer? Or is it for a person that hasn't seen Demon Slayer that might potentially want to get into it? This has to be for people that have already seen Demon Slayer,
but
because
we're in confirmation bias town then. Of just
has to be.
Tanjiro's so nice. He sees the good in people. He tries to help them, and then you just go, yeah, he did try to help Zenitsu that one time. Yeah, he did try to help Inosuke that one time. And you just implant the good moments, and he doesn't have to do any work. That's not how you make a video. I really just want to do an analysis video just to be like, look, there is never a point when you can sit here and go, what the do you mean? I'm not sitting here going, it's good, it's bad. I'm explaining myself.
A concise, fun intro, getting to the point, getting out. 13 minutes, sir.
Personal offense, even when it's been fully intended. He is kind-heartedly naive, a genuine person who doesn't get caught up with petty feelings, unless, of course, you insult his sister. Rather,
That is one of the funniest moments in all of Demon Slayer. No, it's the bad light. Look at her. I love that scene.
Oh, he's talking about when he
dude.
And then went into his heart and changed his whole darn life.
He comboed directly into one of the worst scenes in Demon Slayer. Are we serious here?
That's how we do it, yo.
We were in. That's my favorite scene. Combo directly. What is this film?
What hurts more, getting pushed down one step or getting pushed off a mountain? You gotta get all the way up to go all the way down. He's trying to hurt us.
Oh, he's succeeding.
This is a horrible moment of this dude just like, I just want to die because I have horrible tuberculosis and or whatever. Oh, this man's soul is so nice and pure. It's changing my whole outlook. We will never speak of me again. I guess I died off screen.
Is someone who lives with their beautiful heart written right out there on their sleeve. The kind of person it's damn well impossible to hate, even if you're a demon. He has been through hell, and yet he smiles at nearly each and every face he sees. The kind of person who makes you...
I can't take this! He's saying all this just normal bullshit. It's nothing. It's fine. He's doing this stuff. But what else is there? He's a super nice guy.
I will never understand the people that love Tanjiro and I know I bring that up a lot, but why don't you like Superman? I don't understand.
Nah, Superman's boring.
You know why? Action. When it comes down to it, it's the action for people. Even if you got the super nice guy stuff. But then, why would people like Ippo when he's a dump truck for a fist? When he's amateur and people were like, world champion, please. After like 3 fights.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this kid is something else. Look, keep an eye on him.
...a person just because you've come in contact with him. All that being said, it's not like he's perfect and good at everything. He might not be the best teacher, and he might not necessarily be the sharpest tool in the shed.
He's not the best teacher because this is something that he's just learned. So there's no way that he could properly teach it to somebody. I completely accept that, especially since he doesn't understand it himself. Nobody's asking him to be a great teacher, and that's not even a flaw that he's a bad teacher. And what was this other one?
He's not the sharpest knife in the tool.
In the drawer. Sure, but that fits into his naive thing. Unless you got some sort of example of
example.
Hell, he might even have an issue with intense rage that has nearly led to him dying in the past. He is stubborn.
In this moment?
The guy that did this killed my entire family and essentially took my sister away. Yeah, I think I'm gonna fly off the handle when I see him for the first time.
And grab his shoulder, not slice him in half.
It was you. You did it. Sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
Quite literally as hard-headed as they come, and his quick temper has...
That was a fist fight. There was no danger of his life being ended. It was a fist fight against an old drunk guy.
I don't think he's talking about rage, though. I think he's just talking about the head.
Oh.
Oftentimes led to profuse apologies when his fire finally calms. But then again, isn't that kind of the point? He's a rounded character with flaws, emotions...
Who isn't a rounded character with flaws and emotions? Goodness. Who is it? Who is a static brick of a character with no flaws and no emotions? What are we doing? What are we praising? What are we clapping for here?
We're praising basic stuff because they're doing basic stuff, unlike them doing not basic stuff in the Fate series. That stuff bad, this stuff good because this man got emotions. We know why he's doing stuff. Okay, is it logical? Is it anything?
Yeah, logical. That's why it's good.
My biggest thing is it's just not different or special at all.
I don't even mind it not being different or special, but don't act like it's different or special.
I would just it's just very frustrating when people gas up Tanjiro like he's something.
Skills and a wonderfully distinct level of characterization. He has a
wonderfully distinct level of characterization that I will not expand upon. You just have to know what I'm talking about.
He is kind-hearted. He sees the best in people. Demons love him. You just saying stuff.
personality and a particular way of being and feeling. What's more is he is all of these things, and yet none of that has ever been told to us. Rather, it's been tastefully shown through dialogue and key moments where his
The demons literally say, this boy is so kind! People literally say, he went through so much, those are not the hands of a boy!
That is the swamp dude where he just goes, wow, I'm crying about this piddly little stuff, and this boy is trying to comfort me after all the stuff that he's going through. He's so muff and kind. Come on now, don't you lying? And then this dude, the drum dude, was just like, he didn't step on my paper.
He thought it was worthwhile. He thought my art and my writings were worthwhile.
Don't say it's just shown to us and not told, because it's both.
And it's oftentimes told. Do not hit me with this bush.
Actions speak louder than his words ever could. Tanjiro is the perfect main character for this story. This isn't just because he was born to be the protagonist, it's in large part because of the key story elements that have shaped him and the world around him. See, it may initially be hard to understand how Tanjiro can be so kind and all-around good, while still being a demon slayer who slaughters demons wherever they rise up to hurt others. I mean, what kind of thing makes a person as kind-hearted and self-sacrificing as Tanjiro train relentlessly to become a fine-tuned weapon capable of slicing boulders into fine...
Self-sacrificing?
Sure, he puts himself in harm's way for others, I guess. I mean, that's what protags and heroes do.
That's what they do. I guess okay, there was the moment in the beginning with Tanjiro and Giyu where he's just like, the axe thing.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and
I'm just saying, don't. He just, no, my problem is he just slid that in there. This is the first moment that he's talked about self-sacrificing. And you think that this would be in his praise, and
ribbons.
But it's just not.
Even among other demon slayers, Tanjiro proves himself to be a guiding light of mercy, understanding, and goodwill.
Cause he smells emotions. You smell super sad even though you smiling. This bush, yo. This bush. At least Zenitsu's makes a lot of sense. The way your voice inflection is, he can hear that type of That makes a lot of sense. What is it, like the pheromones you give off? You give off happy pheromones? You give off sad pheromones?
Just smell whatever he wants when it's convenient for the plot.
And it's even weirder because when there was a wind, he was like, it's in up my sense of smell. So you mean their sadness can waft over even through a slight breeze? That he can smell it?
And disprove it.
Well, his family died. No, they were butchered, with not even a single one left alive save for a newly turned demon sister Nezuko.
Pause. Who cares? I'm sorry, but I don't care. If I hop into...
The Demon Slayer didn't make me care.
If I hop into a story midway and it's just like, oh, this is Bob T-Pose and his family all died. I'm like, oh,
and the meteor's coming.
It sucks for Bob, but I feel nothing for him. But if I said this in a comment that it'd be better. This is the difference between your friend calling you on, hey, yo, my grandpa died, and you don't really know them, so you just feel sad for the friend.
Yeah. Oh, dang, that sucks.
As opposed to your friend calling them up like, hey, yo, my sister who we've grown up with and you've seen plenty of times died. Then you would feel sad not only for him but for her and you. There's a lot more emotions gained when you
know
care.
The person and care.
When you're sad that, man, I won't see this character anymore. I won't see this person anymore. Instead of, wow, that sucks for Tanjiro, and that's the end of. I see on Twitter all the time. Oh, this country singer died. I'm like, well, that sucks.
Yeah,
but then once in Will Smith, once he dies, I'm like, I'm up in Will Smith. Kobe, I was like, it's Kobe? But some country dude, I'm like, that sucks. I got nothing for Kobe.
You're not
for Countryman.
You're not emotionally attached to Countryman.
I'm not
outside of the people that like country and are just going, "This is really sad, y'all."
And that's what this kid, and that's what these kids are. That's what the family is.
I remember our mom just crying her eyes out when Prince died.
Yeah.
But when Michael Jackson died, she was like, "Dang, that sucks."
I mean, that's a bit of a difference. But yeah, halfway through the series, if Inosuke got his head cut off, I'm like, dang, that sucks. Wouldn't just be for Tanjiro, but it's like, okay, now this has like
I know Inosuke.
I know Inosuke. I know his moments in the story. I know what this means for other characters. But this is just, oh, these meat puppets died. It would have essentially just been no difference if the story started like halfway through and he just opens it up and they're just all dead. It's no different.
This event, in my mind, is just so perfect, and after watching the first season, I've come back to it with a profound sense of appreciation. I mean, think about it. Everything that happens is pretty much required, in my mind, to make the story work the way it does. To turn...
You mean like a story? Hey, action star, your wife and child have been kidnapped. Okay. I guess that it needed to... It was so perfect from the narrative perspective to make me care for the action star and the family.
I guess there wasn't just like a unmentioned galactic super giant that just punched away the meteor and saved Bob. That's like, okay, that's not for the story. I guess that's what he's talking about. Just Deus Ex Machina stuff. You're talking about storytelling. You can't be talking about storytelling this far into your YouTube channel. It's basic stuff. Cause and effect. A to B.
To make the story work the way it does. To turn...
Yeah, it has to be done to make it work the way it does because it was perfectly penned to work the way it does. You can't implant Naruto's beginnings into this because it's not going to make them as much sense. And it's not going to make the world work the way it does. Or the plot work. Or Tanjiro's motivations work if he was the Naruto backstory. Because the entire story would have to be constructed a different way.
He's essentially He's essentially just going, yo, if Tanjiro's family don't die, Tanjiro won't have a mission. Well, I suppose not, sir. I suppose that is the point of him going out.
Hey, if he was just killed by some bandit, he'd be some bounty hunter. I guess that, yes. What the f is this?
Tanjiro into a character who drives the narrative forward.
Yes! That's what happens when a catalyst happens for the main character, so the plot begins. What are we doing here so good?
It's not gonna be, oh no, my family died, and then we cut away to some in political drama.
Demon Slayers do not exist. And then Tanjiro is just in the core in chapter like 80. And then he's there for 7
walking
chapters.
Outside the courthouse in one of the back scenes, like, oh, there goes Tanjiro.
Oh, it looks like he's had it rough.
Couldn't have been left with even a single family member that was truly alive because, well, he's such a good person and family member that more likely than not, he would have devoted his life to making sure his remaining family was taken care of.
Pause. Not necessarily. I can see him going, yo, now it's just me and you, little brother, and Nezuko. We're gonna try to find out a way how to change her back. And then once you go through the Demon Slayer core stuff, he's gonna be like, all right, no, my little brother's not gonna be a Demon Slayer. Orokodaki, you take care of him. I'm gonna go peace out. And the story continues essentially the same. Unless you're just going, Nezuko's not alive and no
or a
demons.
demon. And or not a demon.
Yeah. So it's just Nezuko or just a little brother. And it's like, okay, then it just... There's no story there. I don't know what you mean. There's no goal. There's nothing to... Because his whole thing isn't revenge, it's how do I turn back Nezuko, and this demon that slayed all my family might have a key to this. So of course the story wouldn't happen if it was another... Dude, does he have a checkered scarf like his... Go forward a little bit.
Making sure his remaining family was taken care of. He is just...
Ugh. Why not make the jacket the little brother's? And he's like, I'm keeping it for a keepsake.
Hey, shut up.
Instead of nothing.
Hey, shut up.
Just too self-sacrificing, in my opinion, to abandon even one of his family members had he had the chance to.
It wouldn't be abandoned. It's you take care of him so I can find a cure for Nezuko because you can't do this.
Yes. I don't want to put you in harm's way. We can take care of each other, but then we would have to be taking care of you. So you stay with this demon slayer, this past Hashira, while we go out and find a way to cure them.
Take care of them. So his whole family dies. But how do we make sure he doesn't become consumed by a desire for vengeance and transform from a loving and kind-hearted hero?
Oh, dude. You are literally just pointing out the plot and why Tanjiro is the way he is. All the family... This is literally 20 seconds of conversation. All the family is dead because otherwise Tanjiro might take care of one. And Nezuko is a demon. Otherwise, Tanjiro might just go on a revenge mission. Instead, it's about saving his sister. And it doesn't even speak to the fact that Tanjiro would be different if Nezuko was dead and it was just, I want to find the person that did this. It doesn't even speak to he would just go, oh, demons, no.
Yeah. You already said it's your opinion that he wouldn't leave his family behind. So you're just going, yeah, this is what I think.
Into a cold-blooded, morally compromised anti-hero. That's where Nezuko comes in. She survives, albeit permanently changed. However, her mere existence is enough to give Tanjiro hope that maybe, just maybe, they can find a cure. That being said, Nezuko's consistent effort at not going completely berserk and succumbing to her demonic desires gives Tanjiro a consistent booster shot of hope.
It happened 2 times! Once before the hypnosis, and once after it. Were there any
And we're
other
just
times?
cool with that hypnosis, huh?
It's not a constant need. You are lying. This is false.
That maybe even a demon can reject its compulsions. And that
No, that's it. That's hypnosis. She's hypnotized. She's hypnotized after 2 years of sleep suggestions.
Which just worked. It's like, man, can Saiyans really overcome their brutal desires after Broly got that shock collar? It's like, no, this isn't his choice. This isn't the story that's being presented so good. You're making this up. This isn't a choice that Nezuko is actively making. She sees everybody as her family and thus doesn't attack.
Every human.
that if she can,
Sometimes, but
maybe
no.
he too
Then
can
she also
harness
sees
and-
the little simp demon boy as her little brother. So it's just whoever she chooses. Sometimes
Anybody she sees as human.
and can reject its compulsions, and that if she can, maybe he too can harness and control the infernal hatred he harbors for certain demons. Nezuko
A demon. One demon.
being a demon
he
gives
actively the hand demon. You know that he killed the 2 people that trained you, as well as so many other of Orokudaki students, and yet you hold his hand as he perishes. Same with Rui. You look down at him with sadness as you saw that he was the catalyst of a bunch of demon slayers getting their necks snapped
In front of you.
directly in front of you.
After you did everything you could to save them.
Drum Demon was going to consume a small child, and yet you wouldn't step on his papers.
Tanjiro plenty of reasons to express genuine sorrow when he's forced to kill any of the demons who stand in his path. In each demon, he sees not a monster, but a man or a woman who was changed and forced to become a monster by the one who has truly earned Tanjiro's fervent
Pause.
hatred.
We don't know if they were forced or not.
Yeah.
Because we see near the end that one person actively chooses to become a demon. We don't know these people's stories. Tanjiro doesn't know these people's stories. He just smells the sadness and just goes, oh, I go with peace. You don't know if they're just like, dang, I wish I could have eaten more humans. I'm so sad. Just one more.
Muzan Kibutsuji, an interesting villain all on his own.
Whoa! No! So good. You're incorrect.
Nezuko allows Tanjiro to see behind the mask, so to speak.
No, the doctor does too! What are we doing? And he doesn't see Nezuko as demon. He sees her as his sister that needs to be cured. As opposed to, you are literal demon and you're a good person.
You don't feed on humans. We have evidence like episode 9 or 10.
Consistent reminder that demons were all once human, and that has a profound effect on him, as no one is more aware of this fact than Tanjiro, and no one is more sympathetic to demons than him. At least, not anyone in the first season and movie. Tanjiro has many specific reasons to feel and be the way he is.
First season and movie. He has yet to bring up anything manga.
He has yet to even show the entertainment district stuff.
He's a complex character, three-dimensional.
Oh my goodness!
What is a two-dimensional character, y'all?
Oh man!
What is a two-dimensional main character?
Look at this 3D character. Look at him.
Please.
Man, praise.
Praise be. Praise the sun.
Dude,
breathers.
This is not...
This level of criticism
is worthless. This level of praise is worthless.
It's so...
He's 3D. Okay. The number of 3D characters vastly outweighs the number of 2D and less characters.
I would love to see a handful of 2D characters, main characters, to compare them to.
I know somebody's gearing up them comments of Giorno and Ray. Those are the two. Ray got angry a lot.
Yeah, I don't see it for Ray. I don't even see it for Gio. I just think he's a bad character.
I believe that he is exceptionally boring.
Yes.
He needs more of those lighthearted moments. We don't get enough of that.
But we get lighthearted. We get comedic. We get angry. We get sad.
Stuff. Yeah. What is a fleshed out character who's 2D? Not like somebody, hey, it's me, Swamp Demon's boyfriend, the girl that Swamp Demon took, I'm her boyfriend. No, he got angry and sad and he was sorry about that. That's 3D. Huh. Somebody with substantive amount of screen time, that's not 3D. That's what we need to talk about. Just saying that he's a 3D complex character means Nathan.
There's a character that doesn't make decisions. She flips a coin and she's in 3D in here. What are we doing?
What are we doing with these nothing praises?
And not just when he's been animated to be that way. What I'm saying here is that Tanjiro fits his role as the main character of the story perfectly. He is the perfect kind of character to lead us along this narrative adventure. He cannot be substituted by anyone else, and all of...
Based upon everything that he said, why can he not be substituted for anybody else? For what purpose does he serve this story? He feels sorrow for the demons and sees them as once humans and allows us to do the same. He causes the story, he causes his story to happen, which thus leads to Muzan's death. He did not do a proper job of explaining why Tanjiro...
What would have changed if Ippo was Tanjiro?
Yeah, not really anything. I'm not really seeing anything.
The events occurring throughout the story serve only to benefit by his inclusion.
So much better.
And, well, look, I know that sounds pretty obvious and inherent in just about any story, but allow me to remind you that it isn't always guaranteed and rarely is it optimized.
He's gonna give examples. Don't roll your eyes. This is what
I'm
we
just
act
saying,
for.
it's not always guaranteed, but my goodness, you're talking about 1 out of 100 things where it's not guaranteed.
Even
and
maybe 1,000.
optimize. Let's hear the optimization.
To this extent. I mean, look, I love me some Dragon Ball. Hell,
Are you fuck serious? Of all the things we've talked, you could have possibly pulled out. You went to Dragon Ball.
Bottom of the barrel. It's such an easy gnaw, but we know Dragon Ball don't do that. What about all the stuff around it that did do it?
And even Dragon Ball does have a three-dimensional main character. It has three-dimensional characters.
It has characters that push the plot forward.
A plot that wouldn't exist without Goku. Because he turned people into Red Arby with his niceness. He turned Piccolo.
He allowed
his son
Vegeta
turned
to live.
Piccolo. He turned Vegeta. Krillin had the sword over his dome. Like it's over for you saying. It's a Rizzy. You kill all my friends.
Oh, Rizzy.
It's
Is that an Earth slang?
Correct. Slash.
It will be in about 10 years. Ha!
Why don't you ask King Yama? So, yeah, three-dimensional characters, absolutely in Dragon Ball. What are we doing? Please explain. Please.
No, but even still, it's just... this is just telling me, I don't know if he's read too many things or watched too many things. If
he's pulling
Dragon Ball.
Already made a video about it, and I'm thinking about remaking it just because I didn't do it justice the first time. But after a certain point, and especially in Super, Goku ceases to be a character of any real note aside from his strength and ultimate ability to beat the bad guy up. For the purposes of the narrative...
This sounds like Tanjiro later. Oh, dude, you should read the manga.
Oh, yeah, the manga would really hurt them if such a thing were to occur, but yeah, I'm just very baffled about this.
Goku is largely not really relevant. I mean, hell, he beats up Boo because I guess only he is pure-hearted enough to use the Spirit Bomb on that scale.
Pause.
Even though
no, he is the only
It's not
person,
completely arbitrary. He who else knows it?
He's the only person that knows the Spirit Bomb other than King Kai, it seems. So
arbitrary. Dude, he's the only one that knows the technique.
Now, we can get into why didn't King Kai teach anybody else the technique, but that's a whole different argument.
Okay, who would he have taught that died? Chaozu?
They were...
Couldn't be Yamcha. He not pure-hearted. Because it will destroy you if you not, if it bounces off of you. It bounced off Gohan because he was pure-hearted. Chaozu? Tien. Tien killed people.
Oh, Chaozu, the biggest hero in the universe. Here, Chaozu cheated a lot.
Oh, yep. Yamcha? Can't be. Piccolo? Can't be. Who would he have taught that died?
Look at that.
So, no. See, this is the problem. This is so easy to criticize Dragon Ball, but y'all doing it wrong because you're going arbitrarily using the Spirit Bomb because he's the only pure-hearted person, I guess. No, he's the only person that knows the technique.
The concept of being pure-hearted is pretty goddamn vague. He beats Hit because I guess he's the only person who can learn super...
He lost to Hit!
He was defeated by the assassin known as Hit.
He lost to the man! And Hit turned around because of Goku! Yep. So he's still affecting characters in the plot!
Oh, whoops.
Goku Black happens specifically because of Goku!
The end of the Goku Black arc only happened because he befriended the Omni King. Otherwise, it would have just been in Zamasu affecting all of time and realities.
The big tournament only happened because he knew Zeno and he pointed out that they should be a big old tournament.
Because Zeno was going to destroy all the universes. That was his plan. And only Goku was able to befriend him because of Goku's naivety and just like, hey, what up,
childlike friendliness.
So
Goku is still affecting the plot.
Oh no, it's so easy to criticize Dragon Ball correctly.
And he's not doing it.
Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken times 100. He beats Jiren because he mastered...
He's the only person that can use the Kaioken. He's the Super Saiyan Blue is lauded for its ki control. So first you have to learn Super Saiyan Blue and then the Kaioken. Who does that? Goku. What's the problem here?
And he still lost.
And Kaioken times 100. He beats Jiren because he mastered Ultra Instinct and then directly contradicts himself for the win.
He didn't do Ultra Instinct, and he lost because 17 was standing.
Yes. He did not win because of Ultra Instinct. He learned Ultra Instinct, fought Jiren, and then later won.
Goku as a character isn't really important, compelling, or...
No, he is important, you dumb sack of
We got 2 times. If he did not befriend the Omni King, the universes are destroyed. 2 times. If he did not turn Super Saiyan God and give Beerus a good fight, planet destroyed.
Now, that one could have went to Vegeta. That's one I'll go. It could have just went to Vegeta. It could have went to Gohan. Nobody. It doesn't really matter. The others, no sir, no sir.
Or super relevant. He is...
Sorry, what? He's not super
relevant.
relevant.
Really important, compelling, or super relevant.
Compelling is in the eye of the beholder. I find Superman compelling. People find him boring. Is he not compelling because people find him boring? Or is he compelling because I find him compelling? You do not find Goku compelling. And does not mean that Goku is not compelling.
And he didn't really give any arguments as to why he's not compelling.
And
simply
he is
that he's not
super relevant to the plot in almost everything arc. Even in Boo with the whole spirit bomb, he's the person that taught them fusion. So a large contingency of the plot depended on him.
He is merely the guy who has the skill and is strong enough to beat the bad guy.
Sure. 100%.
What did Tanjiro affect
you got it so
in the
good.
plot?
So good. You are so good at analyzing.
No. What did Tanjiro affect in the plot? What did he affect with the demons? Rui? Any of them?
He caused
Or
Shinobu,
did he just have the power?
He caused Shinobu to be more honest with herself when he was just like, yo, you put
Is she a demon?
Oh, the demon specifically?
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing.
I have an example, but I choose not to give it.
Cool. And I guess you can just be a YouTuber now.
Yep, I'm right.
You're good. So good.
If you just had, I don't know, Krillin use the spirit bomb and be
He don't know it!
Yep.
They don't know it!
We would have to put a situation where he did learn it, can learn it, and can use it to the effectiveness of Goku. These things must happen. So now we're fundamentally changing the story. He doesn't know it.
Be pure-hearted enough to make it this big.
It wasn't about being pure-hearted. You do not understand Dragon Ball. It was everybody's energy from the universe that made it that big. It wasn't because I'm so good. Because in the game, Cell could use it. So I don't even know if
not talking about that.
I don't even think it's about being pure-hearted. I think it just destroys you if you're not pure-hearted if it hits you. But it can't be that because it's still a strength thing since Frieza survived. So what are we talking about here? They weren't taught it. Yes. It's just that simple. Why weren't they taught it? You criticize that. Yes. Criticize why the Kaioken wasn't taught to people.
That's where the criticism comes.
Not because, the pure-hearted. You don't understand Dragon Ball.
Gohan would have had to die at some point long enough to learn the Spirit Bomb, which took Goku, 6 months to learn?
Something like that.
When did he die for that long a period? So now we gotta kill Gohan.
When was Krillin dead for 6 months?
We gotta kill him and just go, don't wish him back because they're training with King Kai.
Maybe.
For some reason.
Maybe after the Frieza death? With the Namekian Dragon Balls?
I think he was.
But was he on Kai Planet?
Wasn't the Namekian Dragon Balls a lot shorter of a...
That's why I said, was it 6 months? Like they used it, it went away for 6 months, and then Krillin got wished back. I don't. But was he on Kai Planet?
Yeah.
Piccolo and all of them was 3 months?
Or Vegeta be arbitrarily strong enough just the same way Goku is when he fights all the big bad villains, then everything that happens in the story stays the same, if not improves, because of how much more characterized and personable the side characters for Dragon Ball are, or at least, were. The point is, the narrative...
Pause. He's one of them Gohan bums.
Hey, Gohan happy, y'all. Shut up.
Let him be happy.
No, fight.
Let him be a happy
nerd
lame with his dumb sheet of paper of a wife.
Now sheet of paper. They took the eraser to that drawing.
Man!
It was a beautiful sketch. What are we doing? We serve paper here, sir. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Unbelievable what happened.
For Demon Slayer not only makes sense, but the...
Dude! I hate his in Avatar. The shrug shoulders, the Eureka fist, the nodding bush.
It's good.
Characters who fill each of their roles seem to be damn near perfect for them. It's not...
Whose role was it filled in Dragon Ball that was perfect for them? Krillin with the androids? Absolutely perfect. Trunks in the past? Absolutely perfect. Whose role? Vegeta in several stories? Absolutely perfect. What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? It's just not... And you're comparing it to a unquestionable, and I will not be questioned on it.
I'm gonna question you.
Unquestionable bad series in Dragon Ball.
I won't question you.
Just Tanjiro. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a phenomenal main character and arguably my favorite, but Zenitsu, Inosuke, Kanao, Urokodaki, Kibutsuji, Rengoku...
Don't just name good characters and give none of the traits and why you like them.
He didn't even say Inosuke's name right.
Hey, these characters are good and they affect the plot and they have a reason to be there.
All of these characters shine so brightly in the positions that...
Hey.
In the position...
Hey.
Don't.
These are the 2 seasons.
There's no Snake Man. There's no Mist Dude.
There's no manga here.
Oh, there's no manga here.
There's no manga here, y'all.
Never was.
There never was.
that they're put in. Hell, even Shoichi, the child introduced in episode 11, plays perfectly off Zenitsu in the small piece of the...
That's like every series ever! Carrot plays perfectly off the Straw Hats. The f that mean?
Bubbles play perfectly off of Goku.
The f that mean?
Good side character. Okay, we doing a parade? This exists.
The dog played perfectly off Hercule and Boo. The f that mean? Hercule played perfectly off a boat. That mean?
These characters have roles that they play into. Okay, sir? What of it? No, they just do. And it's better than Dragon Ball.
Better than Dragon Ball. That's your metric?
Better than Dragon Ball and better than the other stuff that UFO Table did.
The incoherent plot of Fate Zero that I asked people, how do you start? And they gave me 3 different answers.
Literally, it'll be a comment, and then the next comment will be something completely different. I just want to know where I start. Right here is obvious. Right here, clearly. Oh. I guess I gotta watch them both at the same time.
Story he exists in. The list goes on and on and on. All of these characters add so much to the story in their own ways.
Pause. Okay, so are we saying that the Dragon Ball characters don't add stuff to the story in their own ways?
Yeah, they do, but Goku is not a Tanjiro. Tanjiro better.
Now we have to figure out exactly what he means. Yeah, Tanjiro's up here. He's arguably his favorite character. I don't know why you don't know your favorite character, but that's over here. And then you just start listing off side characters.
It's hard to know your favorite character when you've got a lot under your belt.
I don't believe so.
Who's your favorite character?
Of what?
I just meant in general.
No, I meant in Demon Slayer.
Oh, no,
I talking about in Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant arguably his favorite character, his favorite protag of all time.
No, I think
that's where I was like, nah, that's kind of hard.
No, I think
okay, if it's just Demon Slayer, yeah, you should know your favorite character.
Be through comedic relief, touching and impactful dialogue, or heartwarmingly...
Pause! Yo, Demon Slayer is sad, it's funny, and it's touching. Okay, dude.
It's definitely a story.
I can't believe Muff is getting away with this. This is nothing. Muff, say something.
He is saying
Tanjiro's nice. Yeah, he is.
Much. There's so much being said right now, sir.
Oh, Demon Slayer is sad. Okay.
Moments. Their traits, their personalities, their flaws, fears, and strengths. They all play off of other characters in the story, and...
Oh, dude, you're just saying a story.
He is falling apart.
This is a fumble.
This dude
is a fumble.
You just listing stuff. You can't just list up all their traits, their flaws. It ties into all their other...
It plays off of other characters. Like 2 characters would do.
Man, I hate this stuff.
It's so easy to praise. Okay, what would be the difference of 80% of this video if it was about something else?
Seriously,
with the
this
praises
is one of those
you're
videos.
giving.
If you just add in the word Dragon Ball right there, and you go, Dragon Ball has all these characters that have flaws and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and they fit into each other's stories. What changes? You're not explaining yourself enough that you could just slot in something else and somebody's gonna believe it. No matter how bad it is. Somebody's gonna make it.
I wonder if there's an AI like voice thing that could get close enough to someone's voice. It's just, oh dang, I might cut this out. That might be good for an April Fool's Day video.
They make those, but you need a big enough sample size. They got some stuff like for My Little Pony where they can just make them say anything. But that's what I'm saying. Seasons worth of stuff.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if I can get, I just want it to flow.
It needs a big enough sample size.
I just want it to flow naturally to where like So Good would say Dragon Ball as opposed to. Demon Slayer and Goku instead of Tanjiro, and just edit everything around that and just see how different it would be.
Yeah, I think it's just you need enough syllables for them to properly mush them.
Yeah, I might look into that. Another potential April Fool's Day we're already thinking about next year. Dude, we died. It was death.
Yeah.
Serve the overarching narrative better than any other character could.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what?
They all play off of other characters in the story and serve the overarching narrative better than any other character could.
You could be talking about Bleach, you could be talking about Naruto, you could be talking about One Piece, you can be talking about
The
Ippo,
worst part
Dr.
is,
Stone.
even within even within Demon Slayer, he could be talking about Zenitsu, he could be talking about Inosuke, he could be talking about any character.
But that's what he's doing. He's talking about all the characters.
I know, but it's just so overarching that you just go all of them, all good. All of them can play off of any other character. All. It's like, praise them individually for individual traits. Don't just go, hey, they all can do this.
All got flaws and characteristics that play off each other. And fears and happy moments. And
For evidence of this, look to Kanao and Tanjiro's story arc together at the end of Season 1. At first, I thought to myself, wow, another boring murder waifu. Jeez, never seen that before.
wow. Oh my god. You are doing a subversion thing?
It's good because it wasn't this. Huh?
She's more of a character than the one on the right. I don't know about the one on the left. The one on the right was a piece of I hate all of that. It's just an implant of just, I want a waifu like that that will be subservient to me
and love me for all of my flaws and me being a horrible piece of character.
Even if I love someone else, they still love me.
Mikasa's cool.
Okay.
From what I've seen in Season 1.
Then she interacts with Tanjiro and we get to know her. We begin to understand her struggle. We begin to see her depth.
That's the same thing for the one on the right. I just don't like her. I just think she's a bad character.
Sir.
And I like Kanoi, but I'm not going to be out here clapping and singing her praises.
We get a backstory for her and learn more about her. We're learning about a character.
And their interaction.
Look, there it is. Huh? Go.
Even the two you pointed out do this.
Yes.
What are we doing, sir? Oh, this is ridiculous.
This is such... I don't know. This is something that I would expect for either a child who does not really know how to analyze or somebody who doesn't really watch analysis stuff.
Or someone hasn't consumed a lot.
Or somebody not consuming a lot. Because just learning about a character is worthy of praise. Not what the character is doing. Not what the character did. Not what we learned. But simply that we're learning about it. And
Things happened with them.
We're learning about characters. And they're having interactions with each other. We see their flaws and stuff.
What?
Okay.
The character, and we begin to understand why it is that she is in fact silent. Turns out her crippling trauma...
Wow! Backstory? That's the difference? Wow! Like other characters don't backstory! Wow! Thank you, Demon Slayer, for giving backstory! If only other series would give backstory! This is why Demon Slayer's so good! Backstory
to characters.
Now I love this moment, but you're just supplanted all this bush on it.
Praise it correctly.
To serve the narrative beautifully, as she is able to bond with our hero in a sincerely touching way that really only serves to deepen both characters.
Is it touching when she doesn't technically care? She's just following the coin.
Yes.
It's touching when Tanjiro just like, no, make your own indecision. I would have just kept flipping that bit until it got right.
And build a relationship that feels meaningful. One that I personally am excited to see developed further.
Oh, no! You ain't a mountain. Thank you for finally confirming, because there's always a seed of doubt that he could have been a manga boy. Thank you for finally confirming you are not.
You are big and not manga boy. Because that don't happen.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're going to be so disappointed.
Why are you happy at this man just sadness?
Because he deserves it. Oh, I can't wait to see where this goes. Oh.
Nowhere,
Oh.
y'all.
Oh, man. Oh, they got like 3 scenes together and then they just got a kid, huh? Oh.
Boy, I hope you love this interaction because it's the best one you're gonna get.
Boy, You go, oh, I can't wait to see what they do next.
Nothing.
Oh, the final arc. Big whoops. Ha ha. That's Demon Slayer for you. That's that final arc for you.
Dude,
Foot on the pedal.
That's a lot of Demon Slayer. I can't wait for it. Whoops.
Oh no, my ball. Let me just go pick that up. Oh, it's covered in spikes. I can't pick this up. Oh no, I just done dropped the ball.
And now it's forever on the ground.
Oh, it landed in dog do. I don't want to pick that up.
It's still going. Is this a hill? I swear.
And that's what Demon Slayer is. That ball is rolling.
Then there is Inosuke, who...
You are not... Or you're saying it too correctly.
may seem a tad bit one-dimensional or tropish at first glance.
There's nothing wrong with tropes.
Yep.
And at first glance, what are we talking about here?
Are we?
At first glance, he was one-dimensional, and then he got fleshed out.
Yes. He's praising, again, it's another praise for we get to learn about him and his struggles and all this.
Like every series ever?
Seriously. He's not praising it for what happens, just that it happens.
Aw, geez.
You know what? That's essentially a lot of analysts. They're not praising it. They're just praising it that it happened instead of for what happened. And that's so ridiculous. Like, you're seeing the thing. How do you love something and you can't explain why you think it's good? I can explain why I think One Piece is good. And I can explain why I think a large parts of One Piece are bad.
Yeah, easily.
With the same passion.
I can explain why I love Amanda. It won't be super logical or anything, but I wouldn't just go, she has such great interactions between... No, I can feasibly point to something and go, this is why I like her. Any questions? There won't be any questions because it's just like, here's the answer. But you going, all these flaws and the characters together and time... Like, whatever, dude.
Even stuff I barely talk about. I've ran it for a long time on why it's good or bad. Like in movie The Snowman. DA legit just had to point out to me that I watched it and did a long rant on a podcast because I had forgotten everything about that movie.
It's the easiest thing in the world to properly...
And you love this!
Talk about and explain why. If it was just a hot 4 or 5 out of 10, I can't say too much about that. I'd be like, that part was bad. This part was... I wish this would have been explained a little bit more.
4 to 6 is just kind of hard to say anything.
This is a 5-minute segment on the podcast instead of, hey, in Guardians, where we're just like, bam, 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 bam.
Man of Steel, where I just went 15, 20 minutes.
We can go off on that stuff. The stuff that we really like, the Comies and all this stuff.
Forever.
We can talk about these things and we can probably...
When a My Hero chapter would come out, when it was good, and we talk about it. When a My Hero chapter would come out and it's bad, and we talk about it.
In weekly rants about Dragon Ball Super. Going, this is bad because of this. But you just so level 1 with this crap. Go deeper.
With inklings of level 2. Inklings.
Just praising it for doing. I can't believe it's this level. I can't believe he's editing this as going, I've properly conveyed my points. This happened in the story, even though this character looked one-dimensional, even though he was in the theme song, so we know he's going to be an important character. Oh, I guess we were just supposed to think that he was going to be 1D for the rest of the series and just be this big snarling man, and we never learn anything about him. He never grows, nothing like that. But he doesn't. He grows. We learn more about him. Okay, dude.
With a huge chip on his shoulder. Never seen that before.
What? You do not have Kazuma Kuwabara on the screen right now. I don't give a shit.
That's the one I'm mad about. It's the Bakugo. He's the good character.
We're not
learn more about Bakugo. We learn about Bakugo. He starts off as a normal person, and then we learn about him, and he's a sad boy.
We're legit not doing this.
Oh, we're not.
We're legit.
Oh, the bit is
you
over.
cannot have Kazuma Kuwabara and then go, but Inosuke. That is not a thing.
Are you saying that Inosuke is so much better than Kuwabara that it's not even in a realm of possibility to talk about?
We're not doing the bit.
Oh, yeah, the bit. Sorry about that. The bit is dead. I forgot.
We're not doing the bits.
Yeah.
How do you
Yes, it is very bad that he just goes one-dimensional fight, man. Haven't seen that before. It's another one of those, hey, instant trope bad. This is a character that I can point to and another character did it, so now I have a negative connotation towards them. No, because any character can be pointed to and just go, here are 5 other characters that fit this archetype. There is no wholly unique character. 0. Stop acting like, hey, this is a trope. This is a character. This is this. It's like all stories do this. We don't just point to it and just go trope, and that's the criticism. We talk about it in an individual basis.
I cannot believe he's talking about characterization and then brings up Kazuma Kuwabara, who has one of the better characterizations I've ever seen in anime, when he's a fight man. In the first episode, he's crying over Yusuke.
Yes.
He crashes the wake and goes, "What are you doing? Get back here. I haven't beaten you yet. You were supposed to be here with me."
He's crying over
him. He loves cats. He risks his entire reputation and getting beaten up for a cat. He's a soft, kind-hearted boy with a big, strong fist, who's completely fearful of his sister and believes men should be men. I want to keep my death nice and manly. No time for this sad. He's about to die, and he says nice things to Hiei, who he hates.
So good. No, but trope.
Seaman almost killed his entire friend group, and he puts him on his back and brings him to the Genkai to get healed.
No, but trope.
You can't sit here and tell me that Inosuke is something different while you have Kazuma Kuwabara on the screen.
It's a trope, and the trope is bad. Because I have these 2 examples.
I cannot believe this. This man is terrible.
He's pretty bad.
This is an entire point lost right here.
I would say he's not so good. I wouldn't even say that he's good. I'll put it like that.
There's no bits here.
Oh yeah, the bit is dead.
But we begin to see something more.
Something more like Kazuma Kuwabara?
Nope.
Like Katsuki Bakugo?
The bit is dead.
We're so big.
Yeah, no, it's so in the mind. It's just like, oh, the other person's angry. Bit time. I'm the bit guy now.
No, what's the problem?
And then 2 minutes later, I'm gonna be the angry guy, and then you're gonna be the bit guy. I'm gonna be angry because you're doing the bit.
Stop doing the bit.
But yeah, dude. Again, we learned about Kuwabara and Bakugo. Don't act like they stayed the one-dimensional fight angry man.
And I would argue that Kuwabara was never that. If within the first episode, you already see other things.
Even his first introduction, where it's just like, you've lost to him like 50 times. He's like, no, this is time. So he's very prideful. He's stubborn. And then we learn so much more about him. So you're going angry fight man, but this is the trope that I've seen before of an angry fight man, but then we learn so much more about Inosuke. So are you saying that we don't learn more about Kuwabara, or are you saying that we do learn more about Kuwabara, and thus it's basically the same thing here? There's no praise if it's just, hey, angry fight man, and then we learn more about them. There's no praise to be had simply for learning more about them. Praise what the story does with it, not just because we learn something about this man.
we begin to see something more, something shown in both overt and subtle ways. There's a hero beneath the rage, a caring person traumatized by a life of hardships and abandonment, a man whose heart desires family and connection just as much as it longs for battle and supremacy. And it is only because of the cast of characters around him that we're able to be shown this. The cast of characters all serve the overall narrative, and if you ask me, this is truly skillful storytelling. It is efficient.
Did he say efficient?
He said efficient.
Did he say
Truly skillful storytelling. It is efficient and
one of my favorite lines in the history of the world. That's what I want from my story. Efficiency. It is such a good line.
It's so simple.
It's so good.
Yeah, I don't give a about efficiency.
And we're back to all these characters fitting the story and having roles and all this other happy horse.
Here's the thing. I don't care if it takes you a while to flesh out a character. Just make it good.
Yes.
I don't care how quickly, efficiently, sluggishly inefficiently you do it. Just make it good.
I don't have a set time of dang, I really want to learn about this character.
I am a wrestling fan, and that is weekly programming, and sometimes storylines can take a year to finish.
Hang on.
There's a storyline with a character in AEW named Hangman Page, who was part of the Elite, and the world champion, Kenny Omega, is the leader of the Elite. He broke off from the group. He started drinking. He started alienating his friends. He kept trying to go for the title. He kept losing. And then eventually he won the big one. One of his friends presents him with a beer. He knocks it out of his hand and he hugs everybody. That storyline altogether took about 2 years to finish. I do not care as long as it's good.
So, Sket Dance, I keep talking about this, one of my favorite things of all time. There's a character who does not talk. Simply does not talk. He talks simply through a computer. I think it's in the chapters of the 30s. We get the first half of his backstory about why he doesn't talk. And it's just like, I shut off all my emotions. Bam, right there. Mm-hmm. And then we get the conclusion to that story in chapter 241. I don't care about efficiency.
Just make it good.
Just make it good. That's all.
Storytelling. It is efficient and, most importantly, it's engaging and endearing.
Engaging to you. Endearing to you.
That's two things that are most important. That's
most importantly.
Most important implies one.
Characters and the narrative living in harmony, boost.
Dude!
You are just talking about stories, dude. Please consume more.
Is this the second story that he's ever seen?
Dude, you brought up Yu Yu Hakusho. You've seen Yu Yu Hakusho, allegedly. This is the same
Unless he watched the first half of the episode and just went, I got all I need to get.
I am now expert.
I can now use Kuwabara in my argument.
Where's the pretty?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, where's your manga?
I gotta watch it.
Each other up, with our cast driving the story forward in compelling directions with almost...
Dude, you are repeating yourself. You are adding no new points and simply going the characters drive the plot.
How long should this video have been?
12.
I was thinking 12, 13.
And every action they take. Compelling narratives like this.
Go, dude! It's done being washed over. It's a new wave.
No!
It's a new wave.
Oh,
this
no.
month said compelling twice in 3 sentences. What are we doing?
Off the fridge.
Dude, what happened?
It was there.
We're no longer there.
We were so close to. We were this close to greatness.
Are few and far in between.
I'm sorry. What?
compelling directions with almost each and every action they take. Compelling narratives like this are few and far in between, and
You cannot...
I need a list of things he's consumed. It's not even a point to argue against them if he has Dragon Ball and Demon Slayer under his belt. If he has ReZero and Attack on Titan under his belt.
Compelling narratives like this are few and far between. He hasn't even really talked about the narrative, just the characters influencing the narrative.
as a person whose dream has always been to write and tell stories,
Don't. No. Because you're just gonna go, oh, we just need to learn about these characters. Not anything about it. Not going, hey, would the audience like this? Does it fit into the story or the world or anything? No, we just need to learn about them. And make them compelling.
So there's a thing in writing. And if you want to write and just like self-publish and just know you're not gonna make money, do whatever you want.
Yes.
But if you want to be a recognized author or any type of, you get some type, even if it's just like side money, there's something in there of know your audience. You can write the best story ever, but if it's a story only for you, it's not going to grab a lot of people. When you're writing like a young adult novel, you're probably going to want some romance in there. You're probably going to want a love triangle.
You're not going to want some big bruise going, you mother is off you. And then the girl just goes, I love him.
Yeah.
It's like, no, there needs to be some sort of build up and a reason for that person to like that person.
You got to know your audience.
You wouldn't market that book to some 60-year-old grandmother.
Yes, that's not the audience for
Maybe that's a hood book.
You are going the things of storytelling and you're praising Demon Slayer for it. So your audience is just going to be consumer of media.
Yes.
That's not an audience to captivate because everyone that consumes media is a consumer of media. This is such baseline understanding of storytelling. If you're saying that the things Demon Slayer does is so few and far between, you have not consumed enough media to start writing about media.
If your praises go as deep as the characters interact with each other, this is not going to be a very good book because you're going to sit down and write and just go, oh, what do they talk about? What do they do? Oh, they just need to do something.
excellence like this is hard to ignore and oh so delightful to behold. I gotta admit, Demon Slayer served as a point of inspiration for me when I was writing my own comic book. And
I'm going to be firm but fair.
When reading them?
Yes, I'm going to take a quick look at them so as not to waste too much of the audience time. We've been here for too long. I don't want to keep you, dear listener.
Yeah, I doubt very many people actually watch these. It's just background noise.
I mean, it's drawn well. I don't know if he does it.
He might if he's created the.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, never
This
mind.
is written by. So this is Red Hunt. The only three centurions in life are the only three certainties in life. Why is that capital? The only three certainties in life are death, taxes, and monsters. Benjamin Franklin. Accordingly, people die. The government, taxes, and blooders hunt monsters. Wherever the scent of blood
The
involves,
government taxes and blooders hunt monsters.
Wherever the stench of blood and bowels reek. Wherever ordinary men tremble and fall to their knees, begging for their gods to save them. Wherever heck meets the earth and the devil himself throws open the blasted gate.
What is your aversion to swearing?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's where you'll find us. Some call us demons parading around in humans' flesh. Others call us human... enough. And the desperate call us saviors. Framed in the blood-soaked visage of horror and nightmares made real. Make what you will of folks' fancy dispositions. Either way, won't change much. Oh, it just goes on and on. When the terrors of the night are at your doorstep, you will still cry out all the same. And if your money's good, I'll be there. A cold, calculated answer to humanity's harshest problems. That's what we are. That's what I am. A weapon, a hunter, a killer. That was a quote by Red Rune Adams.
It's probably the main character.
That is the synopsis of the book. Right. And oh boy. Oh no.
I think I'll be reading this.
I will take a look at this. This does not seem good.
Shout out to the mangaka in charge of Demon Slayer. I gotta say, the manga art and paneling for Demon Slayer is certainly its own treat to behold.
Yeah, the art is very ugly at times. I mean, super duper ugly at times. And this paneling bush, I don't care. I am
sick
done.
to death of paneling.
I am done with it.
I am.
What is even special about the paneling right now?
He's not gonna mention it.
He mentioned it. He's not gonna explain
just paneling. Just paneling. That's all. Dude,
put your headphones on.
Shut up. This is your fault. You should have woke up earlier.
But before I get sidetracked, the point is, the characters and the narrative have been created to not only coexist, but to play off of each other with aplomb. The narrative as a whole feels super tight and flavorful. It flows...
Super tight and flavorful.
Is he talking about in chicken breast?
Is he talking about a vagina?
Dude!
Much like the...
Flavorful! I've never heard of in story be praised as flavorful. That's not a word that you use to talk about a story, especially if you're gonna say it and move on. You explain what makes it so flavorful.
Feels super tight and flavorful. It flows much like the elegant Sakuga waves off Tanjiro's sword, which is a perfect segue for me to talk about the inherent style present in this anime. How the hell do you make breathing techniques visually pop? How do you make them seem cooler than other anime logic abilities? Wanna know how? This is how. These are breathing techniques, for God's sake, and they reek of...
It's just effects.
It's just a visual effect for the audience. It just looks like that to people that see it, yes. But there's no actual water.
They could have done anything. Hey, it's the water breathing, so put water on the screen. Wow, big deal.
Personalized style and gorgeous inspiration. Sure, the animation itself is goddamn phenomenal, but even just the idea of the visual effects for the techniques is genius.
I'm water breathing, so it looks like water is coming off of my sword. Genius. I'm lightning breathing, so it looks like lightning is coming out.
I'm beast breathing. Big slashes. That was less clear, but fire!
Sit here and read to you a description of these attacks, and you would probably still be impressed, even if you couldn't actually see anything.
Pause. But that's just other people's words. That's a book! Harry swirled his wand and a magic green came out. Yeah.
A swirling sound of death. That's the Avada Kedavra.
A description can be fantastical, but that's not a praise for Demon Slayer.
Because the concept behind them is easy to understand and immediately exciting. Different breathing techniques manifesting as various forces of nature and mankind's influence. That right there is style. And style, as we all know, is stylish.
And you're fine with that. Breathing manifesting as various forms of nature and influence, and you're just fine with this.
Yeah, there's no need to think about how this occurs.
Nope, nothing.
It just does.
Nope. Animation isn't there to back it up, but boy, oh boy, Demon Slayer's animation definitely backs up the style with fantastic displays of action. This style is present in
Yep,
every single aspect of this
Just use
show,
it.
from its attacks to its character designs to its world building. Honestly, I had a hard time believing that the first season was only 26 episodes because each episode accomplishes so much with such little time. Developing characters, establishing new rules, and moving the plot forward with a sense of appreciated urgency. In what winds up being one season, Demon Slayer accomplishes what I would easily consider to be worth at least 2 seasons of many traditional anime. If you
What
need-
traditional anime?
And
What
what-
is accomplished in Demon Slayer Season 1? He rocks up, he becomes a Demon Slayer. Okay, I accept that. That should become 4 episodes of training, because he just yada yadas over that.
No, they want that yada yada. They want, oh, here's the character growth. Oh, here's the character motivation. Oh, here's the character fight. Oh, here's demon
But he's saying
death.
that it
Here's-
should be 2 seasons.
No, yeah, he's saying it's 2 seasons packed into one. Whereas something like a Dragon Ball, this would have been 2 seasons worth of things
But
happening.
not much
It's all-
happens. He meets a demon, fights them, meets the demon, hey, here's the doctors, fights demons, gets blood. Spider meets Hashira. What the happens?
Big sadness, character growth, character
Nothing
change,
happens in this.
exploration, character exploration, those types of things. What are the plot move forward? How is he any closer to Muzan?
No, blood. We getting people's bloods.
The spoilers, blood don't even matter.
No, not really.
Example of this that proves it isn't just my own anecdotal opinion, look no further than Kyojiro Rengoku. Now, I will be spoiling the movie here and the beginning of the second season.
He don't read the manga. How can you write comic books and not read the manga?
What is your aversion to reading the manga?
It's not
If
pretty.
you're yourself making the medium, essentially.
It'd be like Stephen King saying, I hate reading books.
I'm not reading this book. Where's the movie? You mother. What?
You got a TV series out or? I'm gonna read that.
Hey, have you been playing any games recently? I don't play games. But Kojima,
So if you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and skip to this point right here. So, with exception to the few scenes he was in during the very end of Season 1, Kyojiro as a character really only had one movie to develop and become a character of note. And yet, he does in one movie what most side characters can't do in an entire anime.
Pause.
Like what? Like who?
Senior Pink. A total of maybe a chapter's worth of panels. And it's legit like, oh, this dude's one of my favorites. It's amazing. Same thing with Baby 5.
This is not any. Okay, this is something to praise if you've consumed a lot. And here's the thing: not all side characters are going to get the same amount of shine.
This is
because there's a lot of the Hashira coming up that you not gonna get this type of thing.
But this is a character who's integral to Tanjiro's growth and development, so of course he's gonna get that development. Snake Man is as he's in swinging his sword to die that he's just like, I was born in a snake village. I was like, sure you were. And I skipped all of that. Because that muff was dead in 5 chapters. And it meant nothing.
Nothing.
compelling and was loved.
We've lost compelling forever.
Dude, I just want to go to the transcript. Just want to go to the transcript.
And missed by the fan base pretty much immediately.
I'm sorry, what?
Entire anime. He becomes compelling and was loved and missed by the fan base pretty much immediately. This isn't just coincidence. The Mugen Train movie did an astounding job of establishing him as a character, giving him meaningful ties to our main cast, and making him feel as powerful as his title and position would imply, all before inevitably adding emotional juice to the story through his untimely death at the hands of one of the most powerful demons in the world. Again, this is yet another example.
Yeah, I don't think I can breathe and heal this. Oh, why not, sir?
Why not?
Bleh.
As it
Emotional
happened,
speech.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, can you heal from that or no? I guess you can't. Because earlier it's just like, oh no, I've been poisoned, but I can breathe to slow down the poison. I'm like, okay, you can just do that. So can you heal your with breathing? No. Why not?
Didn't Goku literally tell Tanjiro he could? Or did I imagine that?
Who knows?
Of how deceptive this show can feel. Rengoku was only in one movie and had like 5 minutes of screen time in the first season, and yet blam! Just like that, he's become one of the most topical and beloved characters in the modern anime sphere of influence.
He's cool guy, he's funny, he's strong.
Yes. What of it?
It's popular.
It's an hour and a half movie. That's plenty of time to develop a character and then make you feel sad that they die. You look at any standalone movie where it's like they don't get any sequels or anything. They got to develop the world, the characters, the plot, and all this and make you feel for them in that amount of time. This is nothing special.
Upgrade. Amazing movie.
Morbius. Great, making me feel for Science Lady.
Oh, I definitely felt.
and dumb freaking what was it? Orphan manager, doctor man, whatever. Ugh. The bit is dead.
Coincidence. Demon Slayer excels artistically more so than nearly any recent anime that comes to mind.
Shut up! You
Artistically.
can't keep comparing it to other anime without directly comparing it to other anime. You can't just be like, it does it better or gooder or
Than
whatever.
most other anime, and then just not even bring them up. Not even.
Come on.
Like, here's what you do. So good. I'm gonna help you here. Even if I doubt you've gotten this far, if you've even clicked on this video ever.
This bum ain't listening to this.
Here's what
I
you
wouldn't.
do.
He sucks. He knows he sucks.
You say it's doing more than most other anime. Like, here's an example of a side character in My Hero, like Mirio. Mirio's beloved, but not to the level of Rengoku. He's gotten a lot of characterization and stuff, and blah 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 blah. That's something comparable, but because of the stylisticness of Demon Slayer, it elevates it to a higher level. Oh, that's my alarm.
Oh, look at you. Oh, alarm going off in the episode. How dare. Yeah. I've never done that.
But that's my alarm to wake up in case, so I could get ready for work, as opposed to you, who's just like, oh, what's this?
I had a
drink my smoothie. Oh, I don't know.
I have some weird alarms sometimes. But that one of them was for pills. But a better example would be Midnight, since she died recently. It's just like, okay, we had all this time to spend with Midnight. She's been in the story. We've gotten to know her.
She's a strong pro hero.
But once she died, we didn't really feel anything, as opposed to Rengoku, where we did. Now we can go over to Vigilante.
Best Genius, top 5 hero, presumably dead. We don't really feel anything.
That's how you do this. It's simple!
But beyond that, Demon Slayer shines because it is a tight narrative with compelling characters and a clearly defined destination. Demon Slayer is so good because even if this story were animated by a Rinky...
What?
What?
I'm just looking at my alarms.
How many you got?
I don't know if I want to tell you this or show it to you. I'll show you. Lincoln $elf. What the is that? And it's going off tomorrow. Oh, I hope I remember.
Lincoln Self? You're a crazy person.
What the?
You're a crazy person.
What the is that?
It reminds me of when we were making A and Bs on the same computer. All my projects would be like the Shining and all that stuff. Like things that would immediately make me understand it. And yours was like Smorstees and Deezums. And like, what? Naruto doo-doo.
Lincoln.
Dollar sign off. Do you gotta send money somewhere?
No. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, did I have a free trial that I need to cancel before it goes off? But Lincoln, that's not. Wait a second. Let me search my email for Lincoln. This isn't the time. You could probably just play the video.
Podunk Studio, its narrative pull is so substantial it would probably still garner meaningful acclaim.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt.
I doubt it, sir.
The story is charming.
That's why you aren't reading the manga. That's why you aren't reading the manga.
Somber, exciting, and endearing, all wrapped.
Dude, that's almost every series ever. What Battle Shonen isn't doing this, sir?
Into one convenient package that shines even brighter because of its artistic excellence. That is what makes Demon Slayer one of the best anime I have seen in a very, very long time. It's what makes the world at large shower it with praise. And it is sure as hell what makes Demon Slayer so good.
This was a 9, but it's a 10.
Same.
It's a 10.
Legitimately the same. It's just the lack of that's my biggest just comparing it to all the just basic
Comparing
stuff that you're
and yet
praising.
Basic praise that almost every other series does. Comparing it to things without actually comparing it to things. And then when you finally do compare it to something, it's the most archetypal, let's compare everything to Dragon Ball. Legitimately just lying on characters. Legitimately just lying on the story. Legitimately not understanding Dragon Ball.
Just cliff notes for Kuwabara and Bakugo. It's going, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Demon Slayer month
rolls on.
It doesn't need to.
Yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it
in one. So the stream Saturday we have a secondary video we're doing after the fact. And we have no idea what we're doing after that. I've commissioned Debt for something.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Just so when we're in our stream, like in the video, I commissioned 2 chibi us's in Demon Slayer outfits, and I'm just gonna put.
I was thinking at doing that too. That's good.
Yeah. So,
did you give him any like notes as to what the?
I said have fun.
Oh well, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah. So I said, can you do us in Demon Slayer outfits? He's like, you got any preferences? I said, nope, have fun.
All right. Yep. That's going to be a spicy one then.
So it's probably not going to be for the stream tomorrow, but the next stream we do is going to be non-Demon Slayer stuff for the people that don't give a about Demon Slayer. So you're probably going to see it in a few weeks or so. So we're out of here because I am right on time to get ready for work.
There you go.
It's wonderful how that works out. Even though it looks like a thunderstorm, so our power might go out.
It's been pretty good about power not going off.
I think we've only had it twice, and once when the line was exploding, literally exploding.
That was safe.